We're gonna ride all night. Ride, 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 gonna let it ride. When you're up your boots, I'm gonna take you places you've never gone. Girl, you and me going for a ride. My F-150 is the sticky, great things we can't go wrong. The sky's the limit with you at my side. Ride, 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 we're gonna ride all night. Ride, 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 gonna let it ride. Ride, 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 under the white starlight. Ride, 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 gonna let it ride. Have you ever seen California or the Carolina sky? It matches the blue inside your eyes. Our red Levi's are all we need to keep us warm at night. Two gypsies holding each other tight. Yeah, yeah. Ride, ride, ride. We're gonna ride all night. Ride, ride, ride. Gonna let it ride. Ride, ride, ride. Under the white starlight. Ride, ride, ride. Gonna let it ride. Play that thing. Tell me what you see when you look up at that country sky, spreading so far and wide. Come on, ride, ride, ride. We're gonna ride all night. Ride, ride, ride. We're gonna let it ride. Yeah, come on. Ride, ride, ride. We're gonna ride all night. Ride, ride, ride. We're gonna let it ride. Ride, ride, ride. Under the white starlight. Ride, ride, ride. We're gonna let it ride. Ride, ride, ride. Under the white starlight. Ride, ride, ride. We're gonna let it ride.
More about Cedar Falls RAGBRAI, powered by SciPlay. My name is Jennifer Pickar. I'm Cedar Falls Tourism and Cultural Programs Manager, and I really thank you for coming out, learning more about what's happening with the RAGBRAI Stop. First, we're going to share some planning updates with you, and then we'll open it up at the end for some brief questions. So, again, Thursday, July 24th is going to be a really big day here in Cedar Falls. We're really thrilled and excited to welcome thousands of bicyclists, thousands of visitors to our community. This is the 5th time that RAGBRAI will make an overnight stop in Cedar Falls, and it's been 10 years since the last time. So things are a lot different this time around, so we're here to share with you what we've been up to. Please know there are a lot of plans still in the works, but we'll give you an update on what we have set so far. We do have a mission statement for this event. This event is being put on by the City of Cedar Falls. We are partnering closely with Community Main Street, with many community sponsors and many community volunteers. So it really takes a lot of people to pull this all together. Our mission statement you can read on the screen, but really it's to provide a safe ride through our community to really make our visitors and the riders feel welcome and have a wonderful experience here. So our overall goal would be to really showcase our community in a very positive way and invite these cyclists and their support teams to come back and visit us again and again. Our theme this year is Ride the Wave. That is directly in relation to the new Gateway River Park that is right in the heart of our downtown. So we wanted to showcase this new feature and amenity in our community. The logo speaks to the theme, so you'll see a bicycle that obviously correlates to all the riders, but then the surfboard. So river surfing is a new growing sport, but it is something that can now be done right here on the Cedar River in Cedar Falls. So we encourage you to go out and take a look at the new Gateway River Park website and social media sites. And then what really, I think the big question has been is what route will the bicyclists take through Cedar Falls? So I do want to note that this route that I'm showcasing right now is only the bicycle route. At a later date, we'll have a full map that will include the support vehicle route, that will include a lot more detail. But we want you to know tonight that the route coming into Cedar Falls begins at Highway 57, which is also West 1st Street. The riders will go south on Union Road, then turn east on West 12th Street. They'll go all the way to Main Street, go through the roundabout, and go north on Main to 6th Street. They will go under our beautiful new downtown arch. They will take a slight jog on 6th Street to Washington Street and take Washington Street north back to West 1st Street. They will then jog a little bit back to Main and across the river going to the main campground, which will be at Gateway Park. So that is the route in to Cedar Falls. So for the bicyclists, we expect the heaviest traffic of bicyclists to come in around 10 a.m., starting at 10 a.m. that day and all the way through 6 p.m. So those streets will not be closed along the route. There may be some soft closures, but we really encourage people to find alternate routes as much as possible that day. The route out, bicyclists will begin leaving on Friday morning at 6 a.m. We expect that to be pretty heavy as most of the cyclists will be out of the community between 10 and 11 a.m. So that will begin right there at Gateway Park, which is along Lincoln Street, and go east to Leversea Road and then north. And then they'll be on their way and the State Patrol will take over. One thing we do want to note is that bicyclists, although this is the route in, a lot of them will be veering off if they're staying in individual homes or staying with friends and family. So we just really want to everyone to keep an eye out that day and keep these riders safe.
My name is Deb Lewis. I am the Green Group, which is covering the campgrounds, housing, Ride Right, and sanitation. And tonight we're just going to talk about the campgrounds and housing. Campgrounds, we're mainly using Gateway Park. That is the main campground for RAGBRAI. We will also be using all the buyout land from the east side of the Gateway Park all the way down Lincoln Street as far as we have the buyout land to Dolly's area. This will be probably about, I would say, 20 different charters will probably be out there in that area. Our other main campground will be Washington Park. And Washington Park will have probably about 8 to 10 charters there. Then we'll also be using some of the other smaller parks such as Overman, Sturgis, Pfeiffer, and Lookout. Currently, that's what the campgrounds we have set. And then the University of Northern Iowa is going to be our RV camping, and some of our, there's a couple charters that actually do bunk houses, and they're large semis. So we're parking them up there with their campers as well. And then for housing, we are looking for people to actually help us with the housing aspect. We are not charging to place people in their homes or in their yards, but we are offering that service. We will be asking people to, if you are willing to put someone in your yard, in your driveway. A lot of the small bike groups will actually rent their own porta potties for your yard, so you don't have to worry about having them use your restrooms if that's a problem. We can match you with couples. We can match you with a single person. We can do all kinds of matching. So if you're interested in opening up your home and creating a great environment for and welcoming environment for the riders, please go to our website and sign up to be a host. There will be, the bike riders will also be filling out a form that they need riders as well. So please consider that as part of your being a citizen of Cedar Falls and making it a very welcoming community to all the riders and the support team.
I'm Kim Bear. I'm the Director of Community Main Street in downtown Cedar Falls. So we are, the Blue Committee is in charge of vendors first. So anybody who is selling or doing anything out of the ordinary in support of or because of RAGBRAI needs to fill out a vendor application. So that is any church, any group, organization. Our downtown businesses are filling out vendor applications as well. So anybody who's doing anything on the day of RAGBRAI needs to go to cedarfallsragbrai.com/vendors. Super important. Those vendor applications are due May 15th. There are some, insurance requirements. There is some public health requirements with that. So it is a process. It's easier for some than others, just depending on if you're already set up to do some of those things. So encourage you to do that. So any business, again, like I said, the downtown businesses are doing that. That's where those food trucks are making applications. Churches who are doing meals for RAGBRAI, any of those folks are going to fill out those applications. So we've been getting a lot of questions about that and how that works, and we are learning right along with a lot of these folks too. So we're excited to fill, but we want to fill downtown with food and beverages as well as the main campground, and then we'll place some people in some other areas as well, just depending on the needs and the feedback from RAGBRAI. So the biggest thing, number one thing across the board with anything like this is we need volunteers. Oodles and oodles of them. So there will be volunteer opportunities for literally all parts of RAGBRAI, whether you want to check people in, point them in the right direction as they are welcome to town for campgrounds. If you want to be at a campground, if you want to, again, host, that is also a volunteer slot as well. Bryn in my office is the one who's coordinating a lot of those volunteer opportunities in conjunction with all of the rest of our volunteer groups. So we want to make sure that everybody is well taken care of. This is our day to shine and to show off Cedar Falls to everybody who's in town. And what better way to do that than with the people that we already have here. So there will be lots of volunteer opportunities. Like I said, a lot of that is coming together now as we are, identifying what those areas look like. Obviously, there will be needs to sell beer and do that stuff too, but there's going to be a lot more pieces of the puzzle. And it says on here, placing signage, greeting riders, hosting riders, removing trash, the luxury jobs of trash and cans and that sort of thing. So any group that you have that is wanting to do volunteer work of any kind, please reach out and we will help to place them. Again, that's a great opportunity for you to just go to the RAGBRAI website, cedarfallsragbrai.org, and that will give you a place to get information about vendors. All those applications are on there, as well as any of those volunteer opportunities you can look at too. Entertainment. So all the entertainment is downtown. The stages will be, one will be at 5th and Main Street and one will be the use of the River Place Plaza. The music will be bouncing back and forth all day. Not Quite Brothers is our headliner. They'll go on at 8:30 and you can kind of see the lineup the rest of the day as well. So we're using, the majority of our bands are local to Black Hawk County, and they're all super excited to perform during RAGBRAI. We're excited for them to be here. We have some other secrets, surprises, some things we do know, some things we don't yet. So we will share that when we figure all of those details out as well. So there will be, the roads will be closed from in downtown so that people can freely roam with food and beverage. These are all our wonderful sponsors. Adam at Tourism has done a great job of recruiting a lot of these sponsors. SciPlay is our major sponsor for RAGBRAI, so big thanks to them. And any of these folks that you see when you're out and about, just tell them thank you. Brent's in the atrium, Bike Tech, yep, thanks. So we will be promoting them throughout this as well, just because it takes a lot, not only a lot of people, but it also takes a lot of money to pull this off. So Ride the Wave again is the theme. One thing to know, did I talk about not using the logo? The RAGBRAI logo itself, so RAGBRAI, it's kind of sacred. So we are not using the RAGBRAI logo, which you'll notice in our logo, because you're not supposed to. It's copyrighted, don't do that. So if you are doing something at your home, in your yard, in your window, it's Welcome Cyclists. And you can use the Ride the Wave. It's so cool. You should do that. Now is our time for questions. So if you have any questions, myself, Deb, Jennifer, the Director of Public Safety is here as backup in case we need it. But we just ask that you come up to the microphone and speak right into the microphone, as this is being recorded to share with others. So if you have questions that we can answer, any of us can answer. Go ahead.
Hello, thank you. Well, that's loud enough. I'm just wondering, will these slides you have, are they going to be on the website?
Sure.
Okay, I've been snapping pictures. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep, tomorrow. Maybe not tonight.
Yeah, when they jog over from Maine to Washington, that's going to be on 6th, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, vendors and entertainment are all going to be down on Main Street.
Yep.
Will Main Street from 6th to 1st, will that be open container, or will there be beer pens?
Both is the best answer for that. So the stage will be on 5th Street. So north of 5th Street will be where where you'll be able to consume. So 5th to 1st, over to the plaza, which is 2nd Street, and then to the alleys on both sides. So you'll be able to purchase from the beer garden as well as the existing businesses, and you'll be able to roam throughout there to enjoy.
Thank you.
Can you give me an example of what would be considered outside normal operation for a downtown restaurant?
Sure. So how they typically have sidewalk cafes, those are actually voided during RAGBRAI. So if they want to serve on their outdoor patio, what would typically be their outdoor patio, this is where they would need that vendor application in order to do so. So any of those folks who have that typically do not during this 24-hour period. A vendor application is also, I call it a marketing fee. You're also included on the map that indicates where those vendors are. So the RAGBRAI riders and such, they get the map to show who's serving what and where. You would not be included on that map if you do not submit the vendor application.
Hello.
Hello.
So I'm with Cedar Valley Youth Cycling. So we are a very new nonprofit organization to promote cycling rides with kids. So we'll have kids riding with Dream Team Des Moines.
Awesome.
So for kids, safety is always the first concern. Well, I guess for every riders. Remember 2 years ago, we have really extreme heat during RAGBRAI. So if that happens when they stay over town, do we have any cooling centers or anything for emergency?
Do you want to talk? We all have our areas of expertise.
I'm in charge of emergencies. So we are working through our emergency operations right now and the plan for severe situations, severe storms, tornadoes, that type of thing. So we do have several city facilities in the downtown that would be able to use that way. So we'll make sure that that information is available for people. It would not be for overnight stays. So if you need that, I do know that I thought we had some housing some opportunities through you and I, if I don't misspeak, if people really do want to make sure that they have air-conditioned places to stay overnight, then I would arrange that in advance. But we may have temporary cooling stations available. It won't serve everyone, though.
I'll just follow up on that. You and I, the dorm that they have available is not going to be air conditioned. So you'll just have to find someone else to stay with.
Will the city of Cedar Falls be handing out like bags to each of the riders that possible businesses can put things in?
No, we don't have plans for that type of thing right now. No.
Okay, thank you.
But if you want to talk to us afterwards, maybe we can see and talk to you about what's possible.
Since I've been involved with some of these for all the years, Cedar Falls will make money off from this now, correct?
That is the hope. Our hope is to break even.
But when the people come through, you get money from the RAGBRAI group back.
I'm going to pass this one off.
I'm just...
I think Rosemary wants to volunteer to make a gobs of money for us.
I would be, I'm not, it's not, I don't dance, so it won't work for
So
that.
you are right that RAGBRAI does provide funding to overnight stay towns. They do that to help support the expenses of the event. So we don't know what we might make yet. We want to make sure that we cover all of our expenses of the bands and porta potties and all of the different things that we need to arrange. If there is any earnings, our revenue out of that, then what the council has given the advisory committee who's running RAGBRAI the authority to do is that we would be looking for a community project to support, and that would be announced, after the event at some point.
Well, in the big statue, it's not a statue, artwork down in the park, that was from one of the, and I think we got $15,000 back that went on to start our art group here. And so that's basically, if you make money, it's going to be fed into some organization here.
Yep. We intend to continue that tradition if there is funding available. We will want to save some for future support of RAGBRAI. We did that in the last RAGBRAI and saved about $5,000 to help with startup expenses. So, of course, those increase every year. So we're probably going to hold back somewhere between $10,000 and $15,000 in savings if we need that for a future RAGBRAI. So, it remains to be seen, but we would love to continue that tradition of supporting a local.
I think we've been very fortunate that we've had it as often as we have, and it's worked very well, and I don't think we've had any problems at any RAGBRAI that we have had here.
Great.
And when they move out of town, they're gone, and they've had a wonderful time. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So, based on the fact that it's really hot at the end of June, or July, are there going to be showers? I remember one time that there were showers. They opened up Cedar Falls High School and let them use those lovely showers. But it just feels like if I was the writer and I've gone 100 miles, I'd rather have a shower than a beer.
I will tell you that nowadays there are lots of shower vendors that actually travel with RAGBRAI across the state. In Gateway Park, we will actually have 3 shower companies that will be out there for servicing them. We will also have another charter that is offering to sell showers along with their people at Washington Park area. And then some of the smaller charters actually carry their own water or hook up to a garden hose, and they provide their own showers. We will have the rec center open, and we will also have Holmes at Holmes Junior High. They will have their building open for showers for the actual quiet campground that we have set up at Holmes. park and on the lawns of Holmes Junior High. So those would be the showers.
But have you showered at the rec center? I mean, there's 3 showers in the women's.
Yeah,
That does not take care of thousands of people. Oh,
yes, the rec center only has 3 showers per male and female. We're not really thinking a lot of people are going to be using the rec center showers, mainly because of the shower vendors. They're making money, and so they've got a lot of shower trucks, and a lot of people know about them. A lot of charters actually ask to be put close to the shower vendors in the main campground because it's so easy and efficient to go there. You're in and out of their showers. It's private. It's private little rooms. You go in there and you shower and get out of there. Whereas the rec center is wide open. So we're not expecting them to use the rec center except for possible the next morning. Some of the support team, they may go there before they leave town after, packing everything up, and they might want to take a shower. That's kind of what we are thinking is going to happen with the showers at the rec center. For those of you that do not know what a charter is, it's a organization. They provide lots of different types of services. The charters can be very elaborate. One large group that comes every year on RAGBRAI, they have about 1,400 to 1,500 riders, and they actually have some that they put in little bunk houses. Some of them, they actually set their tent up. They have tents. They set them up. They sleep in them. The people do not have to do any work. They just show up, ride, get fed. They provide, actually this group actually works with each local community and provides meals from someone there in the community. That's the most elaborate. You can go down to just having them haul your gear. You can pay a smaller fee, and they will trek you to the starting point and then haul your luggage and your tent and your supplies to each location every night or every day. And then they will take you back to the start at the end of the week to get your vehicle, to go home, or they'll just take you home if you're coming from the community that they started from. So you have your variety of groups. The smallest group that we have on our charter list is, I think, 35 in that group. So we're kind of got a gamut of 35 to 1,500 people for different groups. Mainly, a lot of them are 200 or 300. Some are 500. So it's like trying to build a whole little city in your community overnight and placing them in the different parks. Mm-hmm.
Have they announced a route to Owine yet? Like a Pacific route outside when they...
They have. It's on their website, the RAGBRAI website, yes. And it's not very far. Any more questions?
So I know there's more information to come in June, I think it is. So we're planning to try to host campers at our place. What's the schedule on information getting rolled out for that?
That might be
And does Larry still play racquetball, and should we get going?
No, he does not, sorry to say. From what I understand with the Housing Committee, RAGBRAI sends out the RAGBRAI wristbands around June 10th, and then they will actually then go through the list and then start matching the majority of people. If they have some matches, I think before then, they'll be matching. Otherwise, mainly after June 10th. The other thing I want to say about housing riders. RAGBRAI is a registered ride. And that's how the communities get money back, is through registered riders from RAGBRAI. So please, when you decide to host someone or a group, make sure they're a registered rider. We have lots of people that are what we call renegades, and they just like to show up because there's a ride that's been established and they're going across the state and they can hook up, but they're not paying for any of the transportation in the communities, the medical in the communities, because we as RAGBRAI, there are so many things that we are required to have as a community when we host, and we have to pay for that. And without these people signing up for RAGBRAI and participating in the correct way, we don't get as much money back to the communities through RAGBRAI. So please, if you know of anyone that's planning on riding, like into Cedar Falls or out of Cedar Falls just for a day, they have day passes. Please support RAGBRAI and our communities and the other communities across Iowa, because it's very important that we keep everything going the proper way.
I just wanted to clarify a little bit on the housing. The housing application will be on the website, and people can go and apply and give us the wristband numbers or their confirmation numbers from RAGBRAI, so we can confirm that they are registered riders and not bandits. And after June 15th, the Housing Committee will be sitting down and matching up housing requests received from riders with the homes that are available, so that we can look at how many people a host was willing to host, and whether it's tenting space or in-floor space, things like that. And then we've set up a date that we will respond to any rider applications that we've received that we are unable to provide housing for, and that will go out like a week or so before RAGBRAI. So we'll do our best to match everybody up with what their needs are.
Thanks, Mike, for clarifying.
Are you putting up capacity on the number of meals that you can serve as a vendor? Some of the cities sometimes do that. Like they say, so you can plan for 1,000 or whatever, so you can kind of spread the wealth around. I've heard that in smaller towns, maybe that's not the
and
case.
we haven't done that. I know that I've talked to a couple of the churches who plan on serving like 750 people, so they're putting a number on that. We have, as a part of the vendor application, it says, make sure you have signage available if you run out of something, that sort of thing, but we don't have a clear number on that for sure.
Yeah, I'm at St. Pat's there down the street, and we're probably going to have heavy traffic, so
yes,
it's nice
I would
to have
expect
an idea
that as well.
how to plan.
Yes.
Okay.
And I've talked to them about it too. It's, we don't know, but you're right on the route. If you're going to be as a part of that vendor map, you also have 60 riders, I think, staying with you. So I think there's, some capacity building, and if whatever you can really afford to do is probably worth your while.
Yeah, but you don't want to have 300 meals left over or something.
Also true. Yeah. I would much rather everybody run out of food, but after everyone's been fed.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, with such a concentrated effort downtown, I mean, it should mean that there's plenty of options.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So.
Yeah, that's the hope. We have heard from RAGBRAI, though, that riders typically do patronize some of those churches and organizations that do big meals like that as well.
Yeah,
so.
I'm a rider, and I always prefer to go to find the church dinner, so yeah.
We have talked about, which we've had questions about breakfast. We are not the breakfast stop on the way out, so that is considered to be Dunkerton. So what we have said to people is coffee and light refreshments, whatever, to get out of town, but not full-fledged breakfast. We aren't considered the breakfast stop. So that's something else to consider. Okay. Well, if there's no more questions, do you have a couple? Yep.
Just a quick wrap up. There are so many ways to get involved, so we really are looking for volunteers. The opportunities, the specific ones will be coming soon, but in the meantime, if you go to cedarfallsragbrai.org, you can give us your email address. We'll email you as soon as all of those opportunities are ready and available. There's a wealth of information there, but really please consider volunteering in some capacity. Follow us on social media if you're not already. That's where we post a lot of our updates first. So we're on Facebook and on Instagram at Cedar Falls RAGBRAI. So please give us a follow. And I just want to say thank you on behalf of the Cedar Falls RAGBRAI Advisory Committee for coming out tonight, asking great questions, and we'll keep you posted. Follow along, and we'll see you July 24th. Thanks.
Coming home to the place where I belong. Baby lady, I'm coming home. I'm coming home to the place where I belong. Baby lady, I'm coming home. Down the road that leads me on, I'm coming home. Baby lady, I'm coming home. I'm coming home to the place where I belong. I'm coming home. Is the place where I belong. I'm coming home. Baby lady, I'm coming home. Down the road that leads me on, I'm coming home. Baby lady, I'm coming home. I'm coming home to the place where I belong. Down the road that leads me on. I'm coming home. I'm coming home to the place where I belong. I'm coming home. Down the road